Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 1 p.m. here in New Vienna, Iowa, and it's time for another live stream. Today is Friday, June 4th. It's the day before the Crater Trail 50K, so we're back here in Iowa. We thought about maybe getting a hotel or something uh, up in Decorah, which would have been pretty simple to do, but I decided I'll just get up a little bit earlier and do the drive, and we'll just stay here at Grandma's house. So that's what we're doing. I'm outside now. It's an absolutely beautiful day. It's getting a little bit warm out, but I found a shady spot outside. And I know things are a little bit rougher than normally, but I'm gonna just doing it from my phone. I didn't want to have to bring kind of my streaming computer, that other camera, all the other stuff, and the microphone. So it's going to be a little rougher around the edges today, but hopefully that also kind of makes it fun. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully everyone in the podcast version listening audio only. Hopefully you guys are having a good run out there today, and hopefully things sound okay for you guys. And everyone watching this on YouTube after the fact, hopefully it's the weekend for you now and you're relaxing and either got this on in the background while you're doing something else that's fun, or you're kicking back and enjoying it with a nice weekend beverage. Today I have, well, I just spilled a whole bunch of it. Oh no. But I came back here. We left a whole bunch of summer stuff here at my in-laws house because we had left in January. And I forgot my water bottle here. So I have my water bottle and I found a shoebox full of like sports drinks. So today I'm drinking some Scratch Labs, which is nice and tasty, the strawberry. So that's what I got today, and I'm enjoying it. All right, let's see who we have here in the chat. We've got G No Days Off, says he just bought the Noblesse ones and love them, and he got the Bondi 6 out of steel. He hates them. Well, at least he didn't pay a lot for them. Robert Hodges, what's up, everyone? What's going on? And Philip Bourne says, good day, everyone. What's going on, Philip? All right. Anna says, hey, Kofuzi and everybody, happy Friday. Now, what about those? Okay. Yeah, I did my shakeout run today. I was going to do my shakeout run up in Decorah, but it didn't quite work out schedule wise. Packet pickup is until 3. I'm actually going to go there basically right as soon as I'm done here with the live stream and drive up. And I didn't want to be doing a shakeout run like late in the evening, before the run. So I did my shakeout run up in New Wine Park, which I hope is going to be somewhat comparable to what the terrain is going to be like out there in Decorah, in the Hoka TenNines. And it was a very strange shoe to be running in. Um, yeah, yeah. So sorry, I'm just scrolling down in the chat, making sure no one's telling me that like the microphones are off or anything like that. Yeah. So it's a weird shoe, and it definitely feels like a gimmick. I like the forefoot. The part that's not the weird part about the shoe, like the part that's like looks like a regular Hoka. Um, I like. It's very thick stack height. The upper is nice and comfortable. It seems great to run in, but then you've got this big giant yellow part in the back, and it's just really really weird. It's a strange shoe. I think for me, it's a novelty item. That's about it. It's a very expensive novelty item, but that's about it. It's not something that I think people are going to actually train or race in. I think maybe I could take it hiking, but here's the thing. So like just getting off of this deck, going down like 4 steps to get to the car to drive over to the park today, like the back heel kept catching, like I guess what is it, that the riser, the part, like a part of the stair that I had just like kind of like descended from, and so like I almost tripped going down the steps, and then I tried to drive in those things. It was just super strange. So yeah, the Hoka TenNines, it's a strange shoe. As I was running in them in the park today, and you know what, they weren't bad. They were actually pretty good. But like I just felt like that back part is a little bit of a gimmick, and I didn't need it or want it there. So it was just strange. And as I was running in them today, I was thinking, I think there's a reason why like there's no video footage of like any of the Hoka Trail athletes running in these. I don't think anyone has anyone seen that. I haven't seen it, so I think there's a reason for that. Is that they're just a little bit weird. Love to see the experiment, but like this could be one of those. This could have been one of those things that like, Deckers, the parent company of Hoka, they own also Tiva and UGG, and what's the other one? I don't know. But like there's a shoe company called Deckers Lab. This could have been like a Hoka Lab. I mean, you don't have to make a whole separate corporate entity for it, but just you could have called it Hoka Lab and been like, Yeah, we made this, but we're not going to sell it. You know, just such a weird shoe. But I'll make an actual video about it, but that won't come out till next week. So we'll talk about it a little bit more detail in that one. But it's not. I mean, that's pretty much going to be the video. I probably should just record this and put that right in there. All right. Sue Ann says, "Happy Friday to everyone. Glad to be able to make the live stream this week. Well, it's good to see you, Sue." And Vincent Venera says, "Nice. What's going on, Vincent? Good to see you again." CV76 says, "Yo, what's going on?" All right. Philip Bourne says his 1080 version 11s are at 500 Ks. Sorry, I keep dropping this water bottle. He says he's going to give him 100 to 200 K more. Suggestions for replacements? I think that if you like the 1080 11, I always like, if people like the 1080 and they want something similar but different, go with try the Triumph. So that's probably the first one that would have you look at. And then I might also have you look at the Clifton 8 for this year. Might be another one to look at as well, to give you some of that max, like not max cushion, but heavy daily trainer kind of feeling. Me says shoe choice for the 50K. I'm actually wearing them right now because I'm thinking as I go to packet pickup, if I can kind of like relatively quickly find some part of the trail to hop onto in that area, I might try and just kind of like walk around for a K or so, and then do it out and back, walk around for just a little bit. So I'm going to be running with the Zenol. I did bring the Lone Peak 5s with me as well. And I was wearing them around today. We were outside just playing with the dogs and, just kind of hanging out. And, going from the Zenol to the Lone Peak, there's just so much space. It feels like almost too loose. Now, I know I can like tighten the laces and stuff like that, but like to start out with, I don't think I want that. So I'm going to start out with the Zenol. I'll pack the Lone Peaks with me too. If I do need to switch up halfway through, I think I could do that. And I'll put them in a drop bag and see if I need those. But those will be like the two shoes that I bring. But I'm going to start out with the Zenol. Steve says he's sitting outside in the sun today too. Well, that's awesome. Very cool. DJ Cracker 800 says, "Good morning, Cole. What's going on, DJ?" All right. And Vincent Vigneira says, "Do you like Dogfish Head beer?" Yeah, it's always a beer. You know what? Here's the thing. With Dogfish Head beer, I know I've had it before. I don't remember particularly which ones that I've had before, but I always know I like it resonates to me in my mind as a beer that I've tried before. And whenever I see it on a menu, I'm like, oh, there's that. But I don't know if I end up picking it all the time. I can't remember the last time I've had it. I have to think about it. I'm thinking about today while I'm up there for packet pickup. I'm gonna stop by Toppling Goliath, see if if I can get some cans or maybe a growler. See what they got, so I could pick some stuff up and have it. So I can. That way, I might just bring it to the race tomorrow. Because I'm gonna bring a cooler, so maybe I'll do that. Sean Devlin says, "Best of luck at the race, group." Thanks, Sean. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm ready to race. Stevie76 says, "Somewhere in Iowa, the cornfields are cheering for the return of Kofuzi." You know what? I went out for a very short, very, very short shakeout run. So it ended up being about 2 miles. And in that, it was like a little bit less than 20 minutes. In that time, I was like, oh, I might have to poop out here today. It was close. I managed to keep it in. I was fine. But like there was a moment that I was like, I haven't even like 10 minutes into the run, I was like, I haven't even been here 10 minutes. And already I gotta poop. What's going on? So there's that. Johnny Sarpy says, yo, what's going on? What's going on, Johnny? All right, let me scroll down a little bit because I think I'm way behind you guys. Yeah, like I says, okay, Cole, you might have mentioned this. Well, what camera are we working today? Just the phone? Yeah, just the phone for today. I didn't want to have to bring a whole bunch of stuff. Our main goal, like one of the main goals for this weekend, is we left all of our summer stuff here at my in-laws' house when we left in January. And so like we tried to bring as little as possible with us for this trip, knowing that we'd be like full on the way home. So yeah, so I didn't bring any of the other cameras. I mean, I have my GoPro, I have my 360 camera to film the race tomorrow, and just to film stuff today, but I didn't bring the big camera. So that's what's going on today. But I think it's looking pretty, I mean, what I'm seeing looks decent. I like it. I think I'm getting good light because it's nice and sunny out here. Let's see. Chris says, good luck, Cole. Thanks, Chris. And Stephen Groves says, Iowa shall be forever linked to cornfield poop in my mind. Yeah, me too. Me too. And Priscilla says local Iowa farmers just canceled their pending fertilizer delivery. Only the ones in eastern Iowa, though. Only the eastern Iowans. All right. Okay. Charles Ventura says, "Hey, Co. What's going on, Charles? Good to see you again." He says, "Hey, Co. I just got my Mach 4s in the new Fiesta color. I'm going to attempt a YouTube review for the fun of it." Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Charles, did I see? I thought. Did you say you started a YouTube channel? We'll have to check it out. We'll keep an eye out for it there. All right. Paul Chapman says, "Greeting from Guernsey, small rock in the English Channel with a large running community." Very cool. So very cool. That sounds amazing. Oh, I don't know. That's it. I don't know. I'm just trying to envision that in my mind. That sounds like a really cool place to be. Raymond Soller says, "Are the Hoka Bondis too heavy for long runs? I love the cushion on my Bondi 6s." I don't think so. I mean, it depends. Who was it? Jason Fitzgerald just put out a video today. I haven't had a chance to watch it, where he talked about like the three different kinds of long runs, and the thumbnail is like, long run does not equal long slow distance. I would say it doesn't always equal long slow distance. So if it is a long slow distance run, I think the Bondis are great for long runs. If it's a long run where there's some marathon effort miles in there, or maybe a progressive where you're getting faster and faster as the race goes, I'm not sure I'd love the Bondis for that. But have I seen people do it? I have, absolutely, and for some people it totally works. Mr. Germson says no video today. No video today because yesterday was a complete rest day for me. So, and we spent a lot of the day traveling. So, driving back here. So there's no. I didn't. I was like, Instead, I didn't want to make a video. I could have made a vlog video, but I decided not to. Instead, I decided I was just going to sleep in. So this morning, to help me kind of prepare for the race, I went to bed last night with no alarm. I mean, we went to bed late because we got in at like 10:30. I probably didn't fall asleep till closer to 11, but I went to bed um, with no alarm set, and so I just kind of like woke up. Of course, I first woke up at like 4:20 in the morning, 4:25, but then I was like, nope, I'm gonna keep sleeping, and then I slept until about 6 o'clock today. So I slept almost 7 hours, which is far above my normal average. So I got some rest. So hopefully my body will appreciate that later on in the weekend. Yeah, Matt Legrand says like the camera looks okay to me. I suggest some sort of stabilization, maybe propping it up on something so you don't have to handhold. Yeah, but maybe not worry about it for the neighborhood live stream. Yeah, I thought about like when we came to my in-laws last time, I had like I had my other camera too, but I also had like a little C clamp for my phone. So if I did want to use the phone for live streaming or for a Zoom call, I could do that without having to hold it and put it on the little Manfrotto like mini tripod, like that tabletop tripod thing. But I was like, I don't even want to bring any of that today, so I'm just hand holding today. I know it's tricky. I apologize for that, guys. Austin Harling says, "What would you say is the best shoe for long/recovery runs for someone who's 220 pounds plus?" I think the Bondi is going to be a really good choice for that. We were just talking about the Bondi 6. And the Bondi 7 is the one that's currently out now. I think that's going to be a fantastic option. I would also look at the Nike Infinity, the Nike Invincible, and I would also look at the 1080. Probably the 1080 version 10 I would like more than the 11, and then the Triumph. They're on the 19 now, which I haven't tried yet, but the 18 and the 17 are both pretty good. So those are the ones that I would look at for long / recovery runs. All right, Phil Bow says, "Do you have a recommendation to replace my ISO Ride 2? Good vibes." If you like the ISO Ride 2, I would say go with another ride. The Ride 14 is out now. I haven't tried that one, but I did really love the Ride 13. So that I think is one that I would recommend first. If you want to try something different than the Ride, that feels very similar to it though, like similar but different. There's a lot of that out there. That's how I usually feel about. I love this shoe. Give me something different. That's kind of how I am a lot. I would look at the 880 version 11. That I think is a great one. That I think reminds me a lot of the Ride. And the other one that I think is similar, you would use it similarly, but feels a bit different, would be the Clifton 8. So those are two that I would look at. Charles Valera Benitez says Endorphin Pro is on sale at Running Warehouse. Should I just wait for the speed to go on sale? What do you think? Um, I think the Endorphin Pro at 150 it's like 150 bucks, right? That is an absolutely amazing price. If you're thinking about getting the Endorphin Pro or the Endorphin Pro 2, from what I understand, there's not a lot of change. I haven't tested the Pro 2 out yet, but if it's pretty much the same shoe, I would say get the Endorphin Pro 1 and just save yourself some money. Whether or not to wait for the Endorphin Speed to go on sale, I'm not sure if it will go on sale or not because it's a much more popular shoe. A lot more people can use it. But I mean, for me, like I think some people can use the Endorphin Speed as a marathon shoe. That's how I would use it. But if you think that you also want to use the Pro, then get the Pro and the Speed because then you can use one for your training and then you can use the other one for your racing and also your fastest hard workouts. So that's another way to look at it too. So because they're on sale, that means you could buy more. Maybe, I don't know. But there's a couple of ways to look at it. But that 150 bucks for the Endorphin Pro, that's a no-brainer. Go get the shoe if you're even thinking about it. All right. Looks like we got Shannon in here today. Shannon, did you end up going to see the Trial of Miles track meet? It looked like there was a lot of speed at that meet last night. I just saw a lot of the pictures on Twitter from the meet. I didn't have a chance to watch it. I think we were driving at the time, so it looked like a really fun event. All right. Trevor Cross says, my Mach 4s got here yesterday. I wore them on my second run yesterday and my run this morning. I love them and can't wait to put some more miles on them this summer. Oh, that's awesome. It's great to hear. I am really enjoying the Mach 4s. It's such a surprise because like I think I've been aware of the Mach since the 2 and I've just never been interested in it. Nor did I really understand why it existed. I was like, why does the Mach exist when the Rincon exists? I don't understand. I had no desire. But then this year with the Mach 4, just it's an amazing shoe. It's an amazing shoe. Ah, it's a beautiful day out here, guys. Jeff House says, Kofuzi, do you review golf shoes? Many of them nowadays are tennis/running shoe styles. I don't play golf anymore, so I don't review golf shoes. Although there's one golf shoe that I actually did think about picking up just because it's so weird. There is a Nike golf shoe that's like it looks like an Epic React, but it has this weird outsole pattern because it's kind of like the spikes are built into the shoe or something. It just looks super goofy. And it's really just so strange that I was like, I think I might need to pick that up because I don't know what's happening with that. All right, Lucas Lilly coming in with the super chat. Thanks so much, Lucas. He says, Ultra is the way, Co. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting so excited for it. Yeah, I mean, when I was out there on my shakeout run today, I was running through some hills and I was holding myself back because I was like, oh, I'm ready. I can't wait to go run and try this thing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to like I want the whole experience. I want like not just racing the distance or hitting the hills or getting in the elevation, but like all of it put together with the aid stations and the other runners and like just running through single track and all that kind of stuff. I just think it's going to be super fun. So I'm really looking forward to it. All right. Max Roberts says, hey Mike, between the 1080 version 11, the Mach 4, and the Nova Blast, what would you suggest as a good daily trainer/recovery run shoe? You prefer a softer midsole. It's only 5'10" and 129. For you, I would probably, if you're going to pick one of those, I would pick the Nova Blast. So, and you're a little bit lighter than I am, but we're about the same height. So like that Nova Blast is going to feel plenty squishy for you. I mean, all of them are going to feel nice and squishy and or softer, and they're going to be all of them are good for daily trainers and recovery running. I would say, but if I were to rank them, I'd go Nova Blast, Mach 4, 1080. So that's how I'd put it. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Han Bozy says, I'm pretty happy with my rotation at the moment. Just waiting for a Nova Blast 2 to replace a Clifton 7. Hmm, that's a fun one. That's a fun, yeah, that'll be nice. And then Sean Marshall says he'd go with the Mach 4 on that one. I mean, there's not a wrong answer with those three. I mean, maybe the 1080 version 11 is one that comes in a distant third, but the first two I think are pretty close. Oh, Shannon says, "Cool. I looked up the track meet and couldn't find any, and still can't find any info. Bomb that she missed. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Yeah, I mean that's an event that it just seems like it's an annual event, and so that's one that I think I'm going to try to catch another time, maybe next year." Um, Scott says, "Are you going to predict a finish time for the 50K?" Yeah, I think that I'm going to go out at I'm going to go out at 5 hour pace for a little while. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think it's hard to say that I'm going to do that. I'd love to be at 5 hours. I have a feeling that I'm going to be closer to 6. So somewhere in the 5 to 6 hour range. So I guess A goal is 5, B goal is 6. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I've never run trails that long. I mean, I've done 20-mile runs in this area, and 20-mile runs around here are tough because there are lots of hills. I wouldn't say a lot of elevation, but there's a lot of hills. And so like 20-mile runs around here get real hard. But the 20-mile runs that I normally do around here are on pavement, long, straight stretches of road. Um, and you're just like open to the elements. So it can get a little bit tiresome in that way. But tomorrow it's going to be hot. But I think there'll be tree cover for the entire time. And there'll be other people around, I think. So yeah, I'll have people to chase, people behind me, all sorts of stuff. So I'm thinking somewhere between 5 and 6. I have no idea I mean, I think I'll know in the first 30 minutes. That's a lot of stuff. Hold on. I think, is someone in that window? I think someone's in this window watching. I think maybe one of the kids. I think in the first 30 minutes, I'll know if that's a horrible, because within the first 3 miles, 2 of the bigger inclines are there. So that'll give me a sense of it, but we'll see. I really don't know. All right. Chris Dyke says he saw a pic of the Boston 10 in Europe. I can't wait to see the people actually running in those. He says he's excited, but the price is higher than the speeds when it converts to Canadian. Huh. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. I'm trying to think, what were the Boston? I mean, the Bostons are usually like 120, aren't they? Right? Speeds are like 150, so that is quite a bit. But I mean, I guess this year there's Light Strike, there's Light Strike Pro, there's some, I don't know if it's carbon rod, it's rods, right? The metatarsal rods, like in the Adidas Pro. So I mean, there's quite a lot more stuff in there, I guess. All right. Raymond Solar says, for light trails, I like the Hoka Challenger ATR 6. It's a good commuter shoe. Raymond, I really think I need to try the Challenger again. I had the Challenger 5. I had the Gore-Tex version, and I didn't like it at all. It was good, but like, I didn't get the sense that it was like the sense that I got from that shoe was different than pretty much everyone else out there. And maybe it's just because I'm not that or at the time especially I wasn't as experienced in trail shoes, and I just felt like it was much more rugged of a shoe than I needed. And people refer to it as being soft, as a commuter shoe, as like a Clifton for the trails. And I think back to my experience with the Challenger 5, and I'm like, I didn't get any of that. I'm not sure what's going on. So like maybe I'll try the 6. But I think if I do this year, I'm not sure that I get to it because I think I'm pretty full on trail shoes until after the summer. But like I think that I'm not going to get a Gore-Tex version just in case that was something about it. Martha says about the Audio 6. She says Audio 6 seems to be taking over the Boston line legacy, but with more cushion yet still fast. I'm psyched about it. Less demand for racing flats now, and they have the Takumi Sen anyway. Yeah, now the Adidas line is going to start making a lot more sense now, I think, because if you got, I mean, if I don't know if there's going to be an RC 2.3.0 or if there's going to be the just Takumi Sen or one of those will kind of take over. Those shoes were basically like the same shoe, just 2 millimeters of stock height different, I think. I think the uppers were a little bit different too, but like one was a little bit more race tuned than the other. Fairly similar shoes. So if like you've got like Takumi Sen is the race flat, then the Adios 6, then the Boston, then the Adios Pro, then the Adios Primex, whatever that other one is. So I mean, it's starting to make a little bit more sense. And then you got the Solar Boost in there, and you got Ultra Boost, which I don't know. I don't know. I've been fighting this battle for years, trying to say that the Ultra Boost is a real running shoe, but I'm just not. I don't know if I still believe anymore. So, but yeah, I think Adidas is making moves. People have been saying that Boost is dead for a long time, and that they need to do something, and they're doing something. And I'm pretty excited about it. Oh, Scott says tomorrow's National Trails Days. Excited to meet some friends on the local trail path. That's cool. Awesome. Stevie76 says first chore mow the lawn. Your still favorite son-in-law. I did the lawn was already mowed when we got here, but I did notice that up here in these gutters, even though my father-in-law has those rain gutter things, you know those things that come from trees? They're little helicopter things. I don't know. They're like seeds of some sort. There was tons of them, and they were sticking straight up. So it made this like wall of stuff right in the rain gutters, and it kind of like freaked me out when I saw it. Just like you know how sometimes you see something visually and it really strikes you. Like I get it when like I get it when I look at Nova Blasts, like the uppers, and it looks like a close up of a strawberry. Some things just gross me out visually. Those things that were up here in these overhangs were grossing me out. So we got the ladder out and I cleared those out today. Not up here, so you can still kind of see it. But I got them down here, and then there's a lower level over here. Can you see it? And, I can't get it. There, right there, and then over here. I didn't get up there because that's really really tall. But so I did help out. I wish I'd help out. Yeah, Scent Nomad says I'm a bit nervous about what price to expect for the Boston 10, but either way, I will buy them anyway. Yeah, I think that it's exciting. It's a really exciting shoe. I feel like the Boston 10 is coming out at a level of shoe that I think in years past would have easily been considered marathon super shoe territory. So I feel like they're really stepping it up. And it'll be interesting to see by putting the Light Strike in there and mixing it with the Light Strike Pro, is it the perfect long run trainer / marathon shoe? You know, I think it could be. I'm just so excited about it. Sean Marshall says Adidas is very reasonable with their prices. It'll be fine. I think. I mean, it'll be interesting to see like what kind of discounts come up. You know, so I don't know. Sound of Enigma says, Mike, will you be running / testing the Puma Velocity Nitro anytime soon? In the market for another daily trainer. That one I'm not so sure about. I did the Deviate. I'm still running in that one. I enjoy that one. It's a little bit heavy, but it's okay. It's got a plate that kind of like not balances out, but it kind of it's forgivably heavy. And then I'm running in the Liberate still. So those are two that they're pretty different, even though that's the same foam. They're pretty different, but I'm liking both of them. I'm not sure that I will get to a third Puma. I'm not sure. If I do, it would be the what is it? Deviate Nitro Elite. Probably that one. So I'm not sure that I'll get to that one. RxSu says Ultra Boost can never be taken seriously. Boost is too heavy. Why most of Adidas running shoe lineup has Light Strike mixed with Boost. Also, the cage is terrible for a decent heel lock. I mean, yeah, people tell me that all the time. I've run long distances in them, and I think that they can work. But like this last year's, the 21 was just like, they put more boost in the area that I don't want it, and they put less boost in the area that I do. So it just seems to be like moving further and further away from what I like. I've been running in Ultra Boost for the last 4 years now. Ultra Boost like 4.0, like 4.0, 19, 20, and 21. So the last 4 years. And so like 19, I think was the best one of all those. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just time. I don't think it's bad. I mean, people like to speak in absolutes about it a lot, and I just like, I don't know. Boston 9 was a really good shoe. It was probably my favorite Boston. Boost and Light Strike was a really good combo. So I mean, like, I thought it worked. The Ada Zero Pro though, that was also Boost and Light Strike. That was not my favorite shoe. But yeah, it is a bit heavy, but that's why. But like, I don't think it's irredeemable. For example, like it's a similar technology that's in the Endorphin Pro, right? It looks like Boost. I mean, the Endorphin Pro and like the Endorphin Speed. It's like, how come this material that looks like Boost is better than Boost? I don't understand that. So I guess I need to study the chemistry a little bit more. Not study the literal chemistry, but understand the manufacturing a little bit more to understand that. But I feel like, you know, it keeps getting pulled in two different directions. Casual and performance, and I think that makes it hard. What that reminds me of is lately, I've been seeing a lot of people along the lakefront in Chicago in Vapor Max. I saw two people this week running in two different people running in Vapor Max shoes, and I'm like, oh, they're doing it. They're making it happen. And I keep thinking, I would love for them to be able. I would love it if Nike worked on Vapor Max in a way to make it a runnable shoe. I'm not sure that it is, but that's one that I would like to see. I'd rather see I'd rather see more effort put into Vapor Max than I'd like to see more effort put into Ultra Boost. Because I mean, Ultra Boost also. I mean, like, you know, after seeing Ted Cruz like fleeing the country in his Ultra Boost uh, 19s, I'm a little bit less interested in the shoe now. That's how that. All right. Pace Pusher says random. Wrigley is returning to full capacity, and it's a good sign for the Chicago Marathon. It is a good sign. Also, I mean, I think we'll have some other good tests along the way. So it was just announced yesterday evening, that Chicago will be matching the rest of the state of Illinois, getting to phase 5, which is our final phase of recovery. And that phase 5 basically means business restrictions are over. I'm not sure what that means in terms of like, what are they going to do inside like city public buildings, all that kind of thing. I know that my wife and I were talking about it yesterday about like, public transit still is under the jurisdiction of the NTSB or something, like under federal jurisdiction. So there's still masks required. But I don't know if they're going to increase capacity because they've been running like buses will just stop picking up people if they start to get a little bit too full for social distancing. So I don't know if they're going to change that. But as far as like, restaurant capacity and other indoor gatherings, like of regular size businesses, I think everything's going to go back to normal starting June 11th. And there we're also going to see, I think, Taste of Chicago, which is a big street festival, is coming back. And then I think more other street fairs, which is like one of the best things about Chicago is the neighborhood street fairs. It's just big like block parties. Those are going to be coming back later in the summer. Lollapalooza is coming back too, which Lollapalooza is just a mess of humanity, like just people all over people the entire time. So that's coming back too. I think that'll be the biggest test. If that goes well, then for sure I think Chicago is going to be able to go off. So the only one like wrinkle on that is that the Chicago Marathon draws people internationally. Lollapalooza may draw some international, but not really. It draws from the region and from the country, but like I don't know, it's not like people are coming from Spain to go watch Lollapalooza. I don't think people will be coming from Spain and Europe and like Australia, Asia to come on the Chicago Marathon. So that's a very different thing. But so far, it seems like we're on track. I feel like things are going in the right direction. So I'm excited about it. Matt LeGrand says, I base all of my Ultra Boost buying decisions on what political figures are wearing them to flee the country. Uh, that's funny. I mean, it's not Adidas's fault. It's not Ultra Boost's fault that Ted Cruz loves it, but Ted Cruz seems to love it. So, and you know, it's not Allbirds' fault that Paul Ryan loves his Allbirds, but you know, I'm not that interested in Allbirds either, I guess. So, it's definitely not fair to these companies. But you know, it's kind of like during like political campaigns, you know, like when the campaigns will use the music of a certain band as their like hype up music before they come out and give a speech. You know, bands will like write to the campaigns and say like, please stop using our music. I feel like, I don't know, if I were Allbirds, I mean, maybe you're not. Maybe if you're Allbirds, you love the fact that Paul Ryan wears your shoes. But if I were Allbirds, if they were like, Cole, we want you to plug us in and help us make Allbirds be like a company that like regular people want to run in and wear casually. I'd be like, first you need to like disavow Paul Ryan, but maybe they don't want to disavow him. Maybe they love having him on board. Not that he's like sponsored, but I don't know. Um, Shan says, with all the complaints of jammed toe space and narrowness in the Nike Super Shoes, do you see future iterations changing the shape in the forefoot? Um, I don't know. People have been saying, I mean, I've only been doing this since like 2016, 2017. And even back then, 4 years ago, people were saying like Nike shoes are just too snug. They're just a little bit too tight. So like in the last 4 years, that hasn't changed. But I mean, like, what it would take is if Elliot Kipchoge were like, you know, I'm really excited about the Alpha Fly Next Percent too, because this year they made the toe box bigger, and that was like the thing that I really needed. Like that, I think that's what it would take. Like that. I mean, I don't even know if Shalane Flanagan can get it to happen. You know, like if Shalane Flanagan were like, you know, I do love these. I love these Next Percent, or I love these Vaporfly 4%, but they're just so tight on my toes. Like even if she said something, I don't know if they'd change it. They're very set in their ways. I think it's a Nike signature fit. You know, so I'm not optimistic for it, but I do see a lot of room for like Brooks to come out with one that has a lot more room. They're already making the widest base, what I think is the widest base super shoe. So I could easily see them like being like, all right, we're going to make this a lot more wide foot friendly. Maybe Hoka does the same thing with the X2. Like keep the Rocket X. If you like that super snug fit, you got the Rocket X. If you want something that's got a little bit more room in the toe box, but you want to be able to race in it, Carbon X2 or X3 is for, you know, like whatever's next. So that's kind of like how I would see it. You know, I can see other companies doing it. But Ifalarski says, for me personally, Nike fits my feet better because of the toe box. If the toe box is too wide, I have to use too much friction. I have too much friction during long runs. Okay, I could see that. I could see that. But like for me, I don't know if it's just that my feet are getting beat up because I've been putting in more miles now. But like this 2021 for me is the year of like, I wouldn't mind a little bit more space in here, guys. That's kind of how I'm feeling. That being said, I currently have on my feet right now the Hoka TenNine, which are much more snug than the other shoes I've been considering for my trail race tomorrow. But I guess, you know, maybe trail racing and road racing are different things, so maybe that's what it is. Kofuzi has a lot of pull in Nike. I do not. I do not. That's funny. That's amazing of you to think that. I know you're joking, but yeah, they definitely wouldn't listen to me. That's for sure. Um, I just feel like, yeah, for me, if I started like a campaign like Nike, you got to make these toe boxes wider. I think that next year they'd be like, we made a narrower toe box. Not that they listen to what I'm saying, but I feel like if anything, they would do the opposite if they did listen to me. And Shannon says, regarding the Nike Super Shoes, I guess I don't need to modify because people still buy them, but I know it holds me back from taking the plunge. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are like, oof, I don't know. And I know that there's a lot of people that are out there for a variety of reasons just won't race in Nike shoes, and so like they're not going to buy them. So I guess like the toe box maybe doesn't matter anyway, but like, you know, I don't know, like if you want to be like the biggest shoe company in the world, you can't be like, you know, we're gonna live without these people and we're gonna live without those people. You got to find a way to connect. You know, like I think it's surprising that like they haven't gone the route of what um, that Hoka is doing, because Hoka made the Carbon X2 and the Rocket X, two different kinds of racers for maybe two kinds of events, you know. But like, I just feel like, you know, when you're a company as big as Nike, I think that you can make a premier racing shoe for two different types of like running styles or distances or types of feet. Yeah, I just think there's a lot more room in the market. And as the market continues to grow and more people get into road racing, I think that there's much more room. Sorry, I'm going to move. I'm losing my shade. I think there's a lot more room in the market for this kind of like segmentation of it so that there could be much more specific types of shoes that people would like. So that's, I mean, that's kind of my thing, I guess. I'd like to see more variety. Um, Martha says, if there were any company I prefer to not fit me, it'd be Nike, so I don't have FOMO. Okay. She has the next percent for her October marathon, but so many other great shoes for everything else. There you go. All right. Yeah, Stephen Robinson says maybe various widths is a solution, like New Balance used to. You know, I'm not. You know, I wonder why. Like, I haven't seen. As far as maybe I missed it, but I don't know that there is a carbon plated shoe that comes in a wide. And I'm guessing because you know, like how many different carbon plates do you think that they have for all the different size shoes? Like I would imagine like a size 9 and a size 9.5 probably have the same size carbon plate, the same like carbon plate in them. But would like a size 7 and a size 14 have the same size carbon plates in them, right? And then if you're making them in wides, then you have to like that's gonna have to change the shape of. You can't use the same. Maybe you use the same carbon plate. I don't know. I think that's an interesting question as to why there aren't wider carbon plated shoes. That I don't understand either. Yeah, JC says there is not a carbon shoe in wide. I'm guessing you checked. Dan Runs is here. What's going on, Dan? Good to see you. Matt says, when I think of Iowa, I think of Children of the Corn. I wonder what type of shoe would be best for the Children of the Corn. I'm thinking Catamount or maybe a trail shoe that has a dome type of gator. I don't know. Children of the Corn, like, I feel like I don't know. I'm thinking some sort of like weird orthotic, like, shoe. That's like a dress shoe, you know, the kind that would be like in a weird, like, parochial school uniform. That's the kind of shoe that I would think of Children of the Corn. I've never seen that movie, so I actually don't completely understand. I understand the reference, but like I'm not familiar with the movie at all. We may need to watch that. Maybe we'll try that sometime. And Matt says, I personally don't think it's a copy any other manufacturers, but I think that they do. I have a sense that there's a lot of like inspiration that goes on in the industry, not just them, everyone. Yeah. Scott says, I just ordered the Rebel 2 on Roadrunner Sports. Nice. I'm really excited about that one. I'm gonna have to, yeah, that's probably the first shoe that I'll, well, I don't know if it'll be the first shoe. It's definitely a shoe I'm going to be buying this month in June. I think the black version has it out now, right? I think so. Aaron Rodgers says, what's up, Kofuzi? What's going on, Aaron Rodgers? That's awesome. That's funny. Steven Roberts says he loves the Nike toe box. I mean, I don't dislike it. I mean, especially in the Pegasus, that snugness is very familiar. It feels like a part of the shoe. You know what I mean? It's a part of like what I connect with that shoe. But like you know, my toes are getting a little crunched in some of in the next percent and the alpha fly and the 4%. You know, I I'm not sure. Maybe it would change the dynamic. If it would feel less snappy. You know, like because yeah, I don't think it's as easy as like, all right, just make a little bit more room in the toe box, and the shoe will be the same, just with more room. I think it changes dynamics quite a bit, and so like I feel like that's probably an area where they're like, all right, we've dialed it in as much as we can. This is like our compromise point. You know, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure exactly how they think about it, but I think it would probably change the shoes a lot to make them a little bit wider in the toe box. But then that also makes me think about like, Ultra's got the Escalante Racer. What's that one like? Is that just a low stack height shoe? Is it just a race flat? Is that what it is with that one? I don't think there's no carbon in that. Can you? Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to have like an Ultra foot shaped toe box carbon plated shoe. I wonder what that'd be like. Rico De La Vega says, "Good luck tomorrow, Kfus." Well, thanks so much, Rico. Thanks so much. And Lee Joe Shank says, "Good luck on the trail race." Thanks, Lee. All right. Let's get a couple more and then I go in for the day. I'm actually surprised that my phone hasn't died yet. All right. Janek L3 says, Mach 4 or Endorphin Speed version 1 for the long run tomorrow. Endorphin Speed. I love that shoe. I miss it. I am going to pick up an Endorphin Speed 2 here pretty soon. Because I think now a non-checkered flag version I think is out or is coming out soon. I think maybe this week. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not until July. Whenever that one comes out, then I'll probably buy one. All right, Matt Legrand says he's heading out. Best of luck tomorrow. We're all rooting for you. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate that. And Martha says about the foot-shaped toe box, she goes, I've now officially determined I can't wear Ultras, having tried them on. I can thread my toes already in my other shoes. I swim in the white toed shoes. Oh, okay. All right. Then yeah, you don't need it. See, normally I feel fine in like a regular toe box, but when I put on the Ultras, I'm like, I could get used to this. I like it a lot. So yeah. Zanik L3 says, what time does the race start? It starts at 6 a.m. for the 50K and the 25K. 5 and 10K start at 7. I hope I have those numbers right. And Zanik says, any streams or updates we can follow online? I don't think so. It's not that kind of race. So yeah, I don't think that there is. Like you could see the rate. You'll be able to see the results on Ultra Sign Up. I think that's about it. Because the race website is like a Facebook page. So maybe on the Facebook page for the Crater Trail 50K, you might be able to find it there. But all right, I'm going to go through some of these and then I'm going to get going. I'm going to head out to go pick up my bib, speaking of the race. Rob Schroeder says, have a great race day. Thanks, Rob. JC says, good luck and have fun tomorrow. Yeah, that's going to be the name. I'm going to have to, I'm strangely remind myself, I'm here to have fun. I mean, it's not like I didn't know that, but I'm trying not to get too intense about it. Backfam says, good luck on the race tomorrow. I think it's going to be a blast. I think so too. Martha says, crush the race, Mike, but mainly have fun, whatever happens. That's right. That's right. Aaron Rodgers is still here. Ozan Von Baxter says, sorry, Carl, I was late today. Which shoes do you wear for tomorrow for the race? I'm going to wear the Zenals, and I'm also going to pack the Lone Peak 5s. All right. Aaron Rodgers said, would love to see Kofuzi on Jeopardy. I would love to be on Jeopardy. I would be so bad at it, though. I'd be really bad at it, but I would love it. All right, let's do a couple more. Carlos Griego says, good luck, kill it, man. Steve says, good luck, Mike. And Ted Root says, enjoy the day. Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to have a lot of fun. No live stream tomorrow because I'll probably still be on the road with normal live stream time. Or I guess for after weekends it's 3, but probably going to be pretty tired. So no live stream tomorrow. Probably not on Sunday because I think Sunday during live stream time, that's when we'll be driving back to Chicago. So there'll be updates probably on Twitter and on Instagram. there will be a video tomorrow of like today's shakeout run and of me picking up my bib, so you'll have that. But and then on Monday will probably be the race video. But I won't see you guys as far as a live stream goes until next Monday. So Monday, 1 p.m., same time as today is the next time I'll see you guys in a live stream. Until then, get out there, have fun, enjoy the great weather if you're having great weather like this, and be safe out there, everybody. Thanks.